we can start the session. Let me quickly share my screen.
Hi, sir. Sorry for the
Hello,
interruption. Hi,
no
sir.
issues. Yes, hi.
Sir, can you record the session, please?
Yes, the
Okay,
recording is already in progress. Yeah,
okay, thank you, sir.
okay. All right. So, okay, I believe you guys are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir. The screen is visible.
Okay, all right, fine. So, folks, this is basically a demo session to Microsoft Power Platform and Power Apps. Like, what is exactly Microsoft Power Platform? Do any one of you have any idea on this? Nope. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys are able to hear me. No. Okay. All right. Yes. So Microsoft Power Platform is nothing but a business application tool which we use to make some applications, to make some automations, and also to perform some reports, analyzations. So here in this class, we will basically have an agenda. You guys are able to see the notepad as well. I hope you guys are able to see it. All right. So the agenda for this class would be to understand what is Power Platforms, what exactly is Power Platform use case, why are we learning it? Then we'll deep dive into Power Apps. We will touch base on other Power Platform components. We'll understand the business logic and use cases of Power Platform. And we'll go through the Power Platform architecture. All right. This is what we will cover. All right. So to begin with, what is Power Platform? So Power Platform is nothing but a suite of applications, connectors, data sources to create some solutions, automate some workflows, and analyze our data. Understood? So let's say we have, I hope you guys understand company and its business. So let's say Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, these all are e-commerce companies, right? So what do? They ideally sell stuff on their website. They are retail slash e-commerce websites. Similarly, we have ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank. These are banking stuff, banking websites. Then we have Swiggy, Zomato. These are food delivery websites. So here, the companies are these Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, and the business which they operate in is basically e-commerce retail. Similarly, ICICI Bank, HDFC, they dwell with banking. Swiggy, Zomato, they dwell with food delivery websites, food delivery apps, websites or apps. So here you might ask, why do we exactly need to implement Power Platform when we have multiple other options in the market? Like we have full stack development, we have React, we have React.js, we have Python, we have Java. Why would anyone try and learn Power Platform? One, because it is a low code to no code tool. Why I am saying low code and not a no code? Because there is some implementation which you would have to do in functions. Now let's say you are aware of Excel, right? How we use Excel in our day-to-day lives. Basically, any school going kid also can learn Excel, but even the jobs which we are getting in Excel, that involves some advanced functions. Now, those functions are basically a bit on the complex side. Similarly, here in Power Platform as well, we have Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, which you can use as a beginner, and also you can do some complex functionalities using these tools. Understood? Now we will go and understand what are Power Platform components. So we have Power Apps, which is a low-code app development tool. We have Power Automate, which is used for workflow automation. We have Power BI, which is used for report making, dashboard making, business analytics, and data insights. And we have Power Virtual Agents, which is nothing but chatbots. You guys would have encountered chatbots in all of your applications, right? We have a help support center or a small pop-up which comes up on the right hand side of the website. That is nothing but a chatbot, which you guys can also develop using Power Virtual Agents, which is part of our platform, right? Now, you would also want to know which are the companies which are using Power Platforms. So we have Toyota, we have IKEA. These are giants in their own sectors. Toyota is an automobile giant. They use Power Platform to streamline their workflows, improve their productivity, and also they use Power Platforms in their operations. Similarly, IKEA uses it for their workflows to gain operation agility. They use Power Platforms in various other places as well, like your chatbot, the IKEA chatbot. If you see, some components of it are made in Power Platform, Power Virtual Agents. P&G, a giant again. Microsoft, this is again developed by Microsoft, so obviously Microsoft would be using it. We have the Department of Education in UK. They also use Power Platform for app development. All of their researchers, all of their students, they use Power Platform for their app making. Accenture, one of the IT giant, they also use Power Platform. Now a question would arise, why so many people are using Power Platform? Why not any other tech stack? Like I told you before, because it's easy to learn, it's easy to implement, and it helps in your business process. You won't need to write 100 lines of codes in order to implement a simple function. You can write just 2 lines into one function, and then your whole functionality will be done. That is how Power Platforms have been helping in day-to-day usage for everyone, right? Now, in order to understand Power Platform and the application process, we have to first understand what happens in your usual business scenario. So, in order to understand the business apps, we have to understand their various components. There is one front-end component which deals with the user. This is used for user interaction. So anything which you do in the front end is basically in this component. Let's suppose you want to add something to your cart. Let's say you want to buy something, you want to click a website and perform some functions. So all those things are done in the front end component. Now there's a data source. Let's say you have ordered something on Zomato, right? Now that order will obviously be placed into the website. Now that order details will obviously go somewhere, right? Some amounts will be deducted, some transaction will be done. All those things are your data sources. These will be stored somewhere in the DB. Understood? Now, when you perform an order, you would have noticed you get an email message. Sometimes you get phone messages. Sometimes you get notifications. What are all those things? Those are nothing but automations, which is done right after you execute a function. Now, all those things, emails, messages, promotions, push notifications, these are all automations which are done in your business applications. Then, once we have done the automation, we have completed the whole process, we would obviously want to know now how the process happened, how the order went by, what was the performance of the application. So in order to understand that, we would obviously need some reports. We would need those to enhance our system. We need to visualize, right? So in order to do all these processes, we would require data analysis. In short, if you want to understand front-end apps, these are used for creating apps, websites, chatbots, landing pages, etc. Data sources are nothing but where we keep all the data. So this is the place where companies will store their data. Automations is nothing but doing a certain task which can be automated. Now let's say I'm doing a manual task. Some order is coming to me. All right, I am running a food chain. Now some order has come to me. I will have to send it to the cook for preparation. I will have to respond back to the customer that, okay, I have received your order. Now, in order to do all these things, can't I automate? I can, right? So this is where certain repeated tasks are automated within the organization. And as I mentioned, data analysis is done. The process of converting business data into actionable information. This is what happens in your data analysis. Now, let's deep dive into Power Apps. Like I told you, what happens in a business in a business application, how we initiate a particular function and how it is performed. Now we will deep dive into Power Apps. So why would anyone use Power Apps? Like I mentioned, Power Apps and chatbots are the front-end applications. So you would need to write something if you are doing a normal coding job or something, you would need to write something in order to execute a particular function. But here you have the ease of dragging and dropping stuff into your interface that helps in rapid app development. We also have pre-built templates which can kickstart the development process. Now, when you are going by the traditional app making, there you don't have any templates. There you have to write code from the very beginning. But here you have some templates which you can use in order to execute a particular function. It also helps in your integration with Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 is nothing but a suite of different useful tools, different business oriented useful tools offered by Microsoft. We have SharePoint, we have SQL, and we have other data sources as well, with which you can easily integrate the Power Apps. Now you have made a particular app. You would obviously want to push it live. You would want other people to view the app. You would want other people to use the app. But even that process is pretty difficult and pretty stringent if you go by the traditional way. But here, by using Power Apps, you can easily, within a few clicks, you can deploy your website. You can deploy your app. And let me remind you, Power Apps is a powerful tool which can be used for responsive websites as well. There are built-in AI functions, automation functions like AI Builder, Power Automate, which you can also integrate with Power Apps. Like I mentioned, it enables fast development, deployment within a few clicks. Now, non-technical users, let's say you are a company owner, or you are a small business owner, or you are someone who wants to move from non-IT background to IT background. Trust me, guys, this is your savior. It empowers non-technical users to create solutions. It decreases the reliance on IT for simple app requirements. Let's say you want a simple form where you want to get the data of the users and then you want to store it somewhere. Now, going by traditional methodology, it will at least take you 1 or 2 days to make that form. But here, with Power Apps, you can make it within 15 minutes. You can do an end-to-end process within 15 minutes. It also is integrated seamlessly with Microsoft ecosystem. And obviously, automation can be enabled anywhere. Looks interesting, folks? Say yes or no if it doesn't. I am not able to hear anyone. Neither I can see anyone. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Cool, cool. Okay, someone was saying to zoom the notepad. Yes. So this notepad, notes, and everything will be shared by you, will be shared to you after this class. Don't worry about that. Everything will be shared. Just understand what we are doing here. That is all we need. Okay. Now, common use case. Common use case or solutions for Power Apps. You would obviously want to know where we can use it, right? Because we are not too well versed with the Power Apps. I know most of you would have heard this Power Apps concept for the first time. So let me tell you where all this can be used. So we have onboarding portals, we have self-service portals, we have HR portals. You know Zoho? If anyone of you knows Zoho? No? It's an India-based CRM software. So most of the applications in Zoho, in the Zoho suite, was done in Power Apps. All your field service apps like maintenance logging, inventory tracking, and others can also be done in Power Apps. Customer engagement apps, like let's say there's a website which is required or an app required for marriage bureau or for an event, for a Durga Puja event, for a Ganesh Puja event, there's an app or a website required. You can quickly do that in a few days. There's sales and CRM solutions like tracking leads, pipeline management, finance applications. As it's a secure app system, a tool, you can use it everywhere. And by everywhere, I literally mean everywhere. Now, there are two different types of Power Apps. One is Canvas apps, where you have full control over the app layout and design, starting from a blank canvas. This is just like a blank notepad, which we have. In that notepad, if you want to write something, if you want to draw something, if you want to create something, it's up to you. You can do that. And there's again a model driven app, which is nothing but the data driven apps, which are built from predefined models and business processes. Like here I mentioned, you have ease of use for sales and CRM solutions. You have finance and HR process automations. So for all these type of applications, you have pre-built notions, you have pre-built themes, modules which you can import and then you can use. That is why people say Power Apps is actually powerful. Now we'll come on to the Power Platform use case. Now this is a whole application workflow in a nutshell, which I have kept here, so that it would be easier for you guys to understand what we do in Power Apps in Power Platform. So we start with here, which is the Power Apps portal, which is the event management or landing pages. Like I mentioned earlier, let's say you are asked to create a event management app or an event management website. What are the most important things which you will have to do? You will have to create a landing page. You will have to create an about us page, contact us page, where you will put down all the necessary information. And then that is your one part. The second part kicks in when you have actual functional methods which you would need into the application, which is basically your user management, event management, insights tracking, order management, creation of events. All these things will come into your second part. Now, through this Power Apps portal, you will create all your front-end applications. Understood? From here, you also need some tools for your marketing and sales. Why do you need marketing? Because for that event to be a successful one, you would obviously need to call out people. You will also need to ask them for, joining in. You would also have some payment gateway integrated, right? So for email marketing, for segmentation of users, for running campaigns, automation, all these, you would need a different tool, which you can also do in Google Analytics to track everything. But yes, you have that in your Power Apps integration. You have sales, like I said, if you are targeting few people to jump in to pay something for your event, you would have to create a sales pipeline. You will have to create some contracts. You will have to help them with an assistant. Understood? So for contacts, for accounts, for activity tracking, all those things also you can do it in your Power Apps. Now, let's say you have signed a contract with few singers or few celebrities with whom you want to add them into your event. So to sign the contract with them, you can't obviously physically go and sign, and they obviously won't physically come and sign into some paper, right? You can create an agreement, a e-agreement, and you can send it to them through Power Automate. And DocuSign is nothing but an e-signature verification. And this is the use of your Power Automate. Now to store data, now all these things are your front-end applications, right? From here you will generate your data, which in turn goes into Dataverse, which can be used and stored in SQL, SharePoint, and other data sources, right? If you go down here, Power BI, we have for sales reports, some management reporting, some campaign reports, all those. For your financing options, you have this customer management, purchasing history, which you can use a software as dual write. Now, to inform the users about the event, you also have to send them emails. You have to send them invites in your Google Calendar, and all those things you can do with the Gmail and calendar integration, right? This is how we work in Power Platform. Someone wanted to zoom this a bit, right? So now we understood what is Power Platform, what is Power Apps, how do we go ahead and deal with the applications, how do we make the applications. So let me give you the Power Platform software basics. So we have the components as Power Apps, which are used to create apps, forms. Like here, you need to create forms in order to bring in the users, right? Then you have Power Automate, which is nothing but an automation software for emails, verifications, campaigns, and everything. Then you have Power BI, which is a data analytics or insights software to generate reports and enhance the business outcomes. You have Power Virtual Agents, which is used for chatbot making. You have Dataverse, which is used to store the data of Power Platform. These are the important terminologies which you need to know, and these are also the components which you will learn throughout this course. I will also give you a sneak peek to Power Pages. Now, this has been introduced recently, as in like 2-3 years back. This came into picture. Power Pages. This is also in the beta version. So Power Pages is nothing but it is used to create secured websites. This is used for customer support. Understood? Okay. So Power Apps licensing, we can go through this towards the end. It is very nominal charge, but you don't have to worry because till the time you are there with us, you will have access to the license. We will be providing you that. You don't have to worry. We can jump onto the Q&A. Before that, if you want to know, I can also help you with the different job tracks which are there for Power Platform developers. You guys interested to know that? I can, okay, yeah, you can see some yes, yes. All right, so there are different tracks here. So we have Power Apps plus Power Automate. We have Power Apps plus Power Automate plus Dataverse developer. We have Power Apps plus Power Automate plus Power BI developers. And let me tell you, this is the most demanding role out now. People like interviewers, the recruiters, they are going crazy because of this. There's a huge demand into this. You should definitely learn. There's the Power BI plus, and there's a whole Power Platform engineer. Understood? So all of those are developers, Power Apps plus Power Automate developer, Power Apps plus Power Automate plus Dataverse developer, plus Power BI developer, Power BI developer or analyst, and Power Platform engineer. These are the 5 tracks which usually comes out of Power Platform market. Now, I believe I've given you in a nutshell the introduction to Power Platform, the Power Apps. What are Power Apps? What are Power Agents? What is Power BI? What is Power Automate? What is Power Pages? I've given you everything. The notepad and the details will be shared to you over email uh, by Sai. Now we are ready for the Q&A. So please put forth your questions. You guys can unmute and you can start with your questions.
So if a person is having Microsoft Dynamics as well as this experience, so what would be the package he would be getting?
Somewhere close to 12 to 15 LPA. If you are having 3 to 4 years of experience, it can go even high.
Okay.
But the
Can't we,
minimum, I would say 12 to 15.
okay, can't we go something around 40?
With how many years of experience you want?
Mine is 12 right now.
Okay. You already
Yeah.
have 12 years of experience.
Yeah, I have 12 years of experience, but it comprises of lot of things. Something like currently I'm working in for Microsoft only, but
Okay.
yeah, it comprises of React, Angular. I do have experience something on React, Angular, SQL, front
That's
end
good.
stuff.
That adds
Yeah,
up to your resume, right?
yeah.
So if you know the traditional programming, that is
Mhm.
always helpful. But this
Yes.
Power Platform is a boon to those who want to move from non-IT to IT. But if you already have IT experience of last 12 years or let's say 10 years even, you can
Mhm.
definitely expect something above 30.
Okay. Yeah.
I am not sure about 40, but yeah, definitely above 30.
Yeah, why? Because even a uh, .NET experienced person is getting 30 and having all these is supposed to make something big, right? So in that particular terms, I'm asking.
Yeah, of course. You can definitely expect something more than 30 if you're having 10 plus years of experience.
Yeah. Okay then. So how long this track would be taking, and what will be the
Yes,
session?
I would mention that as well here. So we would have this course for 2 months where
Mhm.
and all live classes will be there.
Okay.
This would be Monday to Thursday,
Okay.
and there will be doubt clearing sessions on Saturday or Sunday based on the availability of the students and my availability as well.
Okay.
And you will have live access to all the recordings and everything for a year. And let's say you have missed some classes, you want to repeat the batch, that also you can do. So one repeat batch is allowed.
Okay. For example, if I took a batch for 2 months and after 4 5 months, I felt that uh, I should go for one more time. Is it feasible or
Definitely, definitely. You can take that.
okay?
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Thanks, Masi. Anyone else?
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Anand.
Sir, is this a PAP, PAP course, sir? Pay after placement?
Yes, it depends on how you have interacted with the founders. I believe,
Okay.
yeah, that discussion you can have with them.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Hi, sir.
Hello. Hi, Shiva.
We will teach only Power Apps and Power Automate like SharePoint or SPFX is there.
No, we will teach Power Apps, Power Automate, some
Mhm.
basics of SharePoint,
Okay. Is
Power
like that
BI.
Power BI. Dataverse?
Yeah, Dataverse consists of everything, sir.
Yeah, okay, sure. Is there any .NET like SQL?
No, sir.
No. Only Power Apps, Power Automate, like little bit
Yes,
SharePoint.
we basically focus on making someone ready for this job
Perfect.
role, Power
Mhm.
Platform Engineer,
Okay.
and in doing so, people obviously would learn all of these.
Mhm. Mm. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
This program is all about power platforming engineering, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So all the things will be combined, even datawares.
Yes, yes. Everything would be there in this program.
Okay. Okay.
Don't worry, like I mentioned here, you would be a Power Platform Engineer by the end of this course.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Understood.
Anyone else? If not, we can wrap up the session. The next set of session will be, I believe, sometime next week on 29th. So those who are interested to join, they can connect with the founder, and we'll see you again.
Okay. So, okay then. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, I have.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
Had
thank
good time
you,
with this session.
Hello,
thank you, thank
Hoping
you,
to
sir.
learn, sir.
hello,
Yes, sir. Hello.
sir. My name is Shanija, sir.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'm totally, my background is non-IT. As a HR executive, I worked on nearly 5 years.
Okay. You
So,
don't need to
but
worry, ma'am.
now, yes, sir, I want to learn. One of my friends suggested this Power BI. So that is
Okay.
why I want to learn. So, sir, I
Power BI
have
is
so many
awesome, ma'am.
doubts, sir.
But yeah, sure. I'm there
So,
to clear all your doubts, ma'am.
yes, sir. Can you please your phone number, please, sir?
I believe you can connect with Sai. He would definitely share it if there's a
Okay.
need. You don't need
Yes,
to
sir.
worry. But I would suggest as a whole, so you are only talking about Power BI, but I believe Power BI knowledge without the basic SQL, without the basic app development
Mm.
would not add up. So it would be helpful if you learn everything as a whole, and then Power
Okay.
BI will be one of your tools in your arsenal. You have so many.
Okay. Sir, now my baby is crying, sir. That is why
Okay, yeah,
I'm
no
not
issues, no issues,
comfortable
ma'am.
to talk to you.
Yeah, no issues, ma'am. We can have another session, or you can connect with Sai. He would let you know.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Already I
Okay.
mentioned in register my phone number, so can you contact, sir?
Sure, ma'am. We'll do that.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I guess we're good then. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.